What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm BMAX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We're talking about the Acolyte Season 2. There will be none for Disney+. The Acolyte has been canceled after only one season, which is a historic feat, honestly, because no Disney Plus show has ever been outright, no Disney Plus, no Star Wars Disney Plus show has been canceled after its first season. Andor got a season 2, Ahsoka's getting a season 2. Book of Boba Fett has never officially been canceled, but it was never officially supposed to be anything more than a limited series, just like Obi-Wan. But there's still people out there who are interested in both a season 2 for the Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan, just because they want it done right. But this is the first Star Wars project to be outright canceled after season 1. So we're going to go into it. We're going to talk a little bit. There's an article here. We're going to read it from Deadline. Hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. All right, so the Acolyte canceled. No season 2 for Disney Plus Star Wars. The story, The Acolyte, will not continue, with Lucasfilm opting not to proceed with the second season of the Star Wars offshoot starring Amanda Stenberg. Sources tell Deadline. Word of the decision comes more than a month after the 8-episode first season from its series creator, director, and exclusive producer and showrunner Leslie Headland wrapped its run on Disney+. The news is not entirely surprising. The Acolyte did okay with critics, with a 78% on Rotten Tomatoes, but divided Star Wars fans, which was reflected in its overall viewership, which was like 70%. 17% of the viewers did not like it. I don't even know why they have a critic score. Like, why would you listen to other people? Why would you listen to other people that's job is to, like, review things? Like, anyways, driven by interest into the venerable space franchise, the Acolyte got off to a strong start when it launched June 4th with 2 episodes generating 4.8 million views in its first day on the streamer, to rank as the biggest series premiere on Disney Plus this year. Yes, because Disney Plus hasn't had anything worthwhile watching premiere this year. Echo did terrible. I don't know, was Secret Wars this year? Or was that last year? I didn't even watched Secret Invasion, but Echo did nothing. There was no good shows on Disney Plus this year. I barely watched Disney Plus. The only thing I watch on Disney Plus is Bleach, because it has it dubbed, and other places like Crunchyroll don't. I don't even think Crunchyroll has Bleach, but like other places don't have Bleach dubbed. So if I want to watch some good old anime, I got to go to Disney Plus for that. And for my kids, because there's kids shows that they love on there. But literally, I barely watch anything on Disney Plus. I just watch anime, because anime is good and most shows are bad. But I watched The Acolyte, and it was bad. It was awful. It was so bad. This year, why can't that be ever, or in Star Wars history? Because it's not good. This has been a very bad year for TV. Following the strike last year, I mean, come on, this has been the best thing that's come out of this year is Deadpool and Wolverine. The tally rose to 11.1 million views globally after 5 days of streaming. Collaborating would be the proper word, but Disney's data, the series made its debut on Nielsen's top 10 original charts in its premiere week at number 7, which I think if it did make number 7, it was when there was like basically no new shows, because like around week 10 is when we started getting things like House of the Dragon and other stuff. Not week 7. I can't remember. And climbing to number 6 the following week. But the Acolyte did not sustain the momentum, dropping out of the top 10 in week 3 and staying off before returning at number 10 after the release of the finale, believed to be the lowest for a Star Wars series finale. So yeah, it was the lowest. It was the worst of the worst. Like fellow global streamers, Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus has a high viewership threshold for renewing high-end, big-budget series that cost well above 100 million per season to make. 180 million for 8 episodes. You do the math. I think it's at least 18 million or more per episode. 180 million. And episode 7 was just mostly repurposed shots from episode 3. So, yeah. In interviews, Headland has revealed that she had pitched her ideas for a second season, sharing her hopes for renewal. Lucasfilm's first and most successful to date Disney Plus series, The Mandalorian, is carrying on, crossing over to features with the upcoming Mandalorian Grogu movie, and then Ahsoka, the company's series preceded The Acolyte, has been renewed for a second season. Well, yes, because Dave Filoni, he's kind of got a decent position there. I'm sure he was going to make sure his show got renewed. But yeah, The Acolyte was a mystery thriller that took viewers into the galaxy of a shadowy secret and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. A former Padawan reunites with her Jedi Master to investigate a series of crimes, but the forces they confront are more sinister than they ever anticipated. In addition, Stenberg, the cast included Lee Jung-jae, who got done dirty, Manny Jacinto, Jodie Turner-Smith, Daphne Keane, Rebecca Henderson, Charlie Barnett, Dean Charles Chapman, and Carrie-Anne Moss got done dirty. Got done dirty. This guy had a decent role, and apparently they canceled it on his birthday. So yeah, happy birthday to you. You no longer have to play in a potentially career-ending series. So this is definitely a gift. Definitely a gift, because he was actually pretty good. Playing his kind of dumb sidekick, and then he turns out to be the big bad, and kills a bunch of Jedi. So they were dumb Jedi, so whatever. But yeah, and it was an awful series. That's all I can say. It was, and I agree with a lot of people. She played Osha, and she played May, the twin sisters, in the exact same way. Like, I couldn't tell them apart by the end of the series. But hey, since they're the same person and not actually twins, if you watch the series, which I did, so my criticisms are actually valid because I watched the whole series. So I know that they're not twins, they're the same person. So I guess technically she played it perfectly. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I never have to watch this again. Because I generally want to give things a chance. So I would probably watch a second season begrudgingly to see if they could do any better. And I just don't believe they can. I think this was failed from the start. It was literally just a big, hate on George Lucas's Star Wars and everything that it stood for, and making the Jedi really sinister, oppressive force, and making the Sith kind of like freedom and stuff like that. I just want to be free to kill whoever I want. That's where we're going in society. My truth, right? When are we going to get to the point where a serial killer gets to have the defense, well, it made me happy, and people go, well, if it made him happy, I guess we're encroaching on his rights to chop people up and throw them in a well. So, when you hear this kind of stuff, it's just silly. Good versus evil. That's what Star Wars is about. That's what it's always about. Overcoming the evil that potentially everyone has in their heart. And that is kind of the lesson you really learn from Star Wars. And in this kind of story, all you learn is that, there is no such thing as good or evil. There's only power and who gets to use it. And Voldemort, like I said, Voldemort tried that line in Harry Potter, and Harry rejected it. So I'm going to say Harry was right. But tell me what you guys' thoughts are. Are you happy that The Acolyte is canceled? If you enjoyed The Acolyte, I'm glad for you. I'm sorry that you're losing a show. I did not enjoy it. I did not think it added anything to the franchise, and that's just my personal opinion. So please don't, take that out of context. If you enjoyed it, I'm glad you found some enjoyment in it. Hopefully it'll come out on DVD. You guys can pick a copy up and keep it in your collection. Hopefully there'll be new Star Wars projects that you'll like too. Check out Skeleton Crew. I just reviewed the trailer on that, and I thought it was great, and I'm excited for Skeleton Crew. I think Jude Law is a great actor, and I can't wait to see, And there were some actors I liked in this series. They're all dead. They're all dead. Any actor I liked in this series, they killed. And left you with I liked Manny Jacinto a little bit. But then they did the whole Raylo thing at the end and kind of turned him into just a thirst trap. And it was kind of okay, well, your character is 1 part good, 4 parts thirst trap. So you don't really add anything at that point. But and then they tried to throw the member berries in, tried to put Plagueis in, tried to put Yoda in, made you think, So, and honestly, literally someone at Lucasfilm probably, they're going to ruin the character of Yoda. They've already screwed up Coyote Monday. They're going to ruin Plagueis, and they're going to ruin Yoda, and that's going to do even more damage to the franchise. And they probably said, no, we're putting a stop to this now because we lost money on this. And that's unfortunate. You got to make money. I loved things like Firefly. I am sad that Fox canceled it because I thought it was really great. But obviously it just didn't generate the numbers that company needed it to. Maybe one day somebody will give it a chance, and maybe it'll, because of the fan base, it will generate money in the future. I think we're never getting a Firefly reboot, but I'm interested in the new Babylon 5 reboot if it ever comes out. I'm going to give it a shot because I love Babylon 5. Hopefully they do it right. If they don't do it right and it doesn't produce numbers, I'm going to be totally understandable that if it gets pulled. So we'll see what happens in the future. But I feel like Acolyte being canceled is good for Star Wars, because this show did not do anything for the brand. It didn't do anything for the story. It didn't even do anything for its own story. And that is not how you go about building a franchise, building a legacy, building a epic journey, like other shows have, like Farscape, like Babylon 5, like Star Trek, like Star Wars, that have been around forever and had good runs and finished amazing storylines that you can watch over and over and over again. And unfortunately, that's how I feel. And I don't know, change my mind. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.